Hello, everybody. Hi. So we continue our inexorable path in the path of light to illuminate darkness, all that good stuff. So I'd like to just talk a little bit today about the new word we have. We're chanting the 12 names and qualities of the sun per the Vedic tradition. This is a simplified version of the chant. It's a little more elaborate in the Vedas, but you get the idea. So let me share screen. I'll try not to get too wordy. We'll get going here. But so we have these marks, just a little bit about that if you want to look at the screen. So the horizontal above the U means it's long in time, so it's 2 counts instead of 1. And then these dots underneath mean the retroflex sounds, which are made by bringing the tip of your tongue towards the roof of your mouth. You could just do like shh, like share, but this sound, you take the tip of your tongue towards the roof of your mouth, sh, sh, and then for the end, you can actually touch the tip of the tongue, the roof of the mouth for a moment. Ne, ne. So it's pushne, pushne, namah, we know. Okay? So, rough it in, or if you just play with it. And so we'll take a moment to just check in. Some days are easier than others, right? So we notice what it's like to be in your physical body today, how the light or weather may have some effect on us. Acknowledge those things. Feeling the breath come and go for a couple moments. Okay, and then we're going to begin just 2-3 rounds of ujjayi breathing. So we kind of fan the flame a little bit. We amp up the energy a little bit. So comfortable flowing ujjayi breath, a whispered feeling and sound in the throat. In fact, let's try this. Let's bring the hands at the heart. And as we do a couple more ujjayi breaths. So actually, let's do this. Low, at a low angle to the side and a high angle. So inhale, open your arms at a low angle, ujjayi. Exhale, as you draw in the belly, return hands to heart. And then more out to the sides. And then at a higher angle comfortable for you. That was good. Let's try that again. Last week we did the movements of the shoulder blades towards the spine. A little bit of that might happen in some of these angles. And after you finish this one, let's rest comfortably and we'll chant a little bit. Listen and repeat. We'll do this a few times. Pushne, 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 namaha, namaha. Listen. Purshne namaha. Purshne namaha. Purshne namaha. Purshne namaha. And then listen, repeat a couple more times. Om Purshne namaha. Together. Om Purshne namaha. Om Purshne namaha. Good. This strength-giving aspect of this sun. Okay, folks, how about if we come to start standing today? Come to standing gradually. Even if it's cloudy in the environment you're in, you could orient yourself literally towards the light or in your imagination. And let's again do a placement of the hand of the thumb on the navel, so the low hand is on the belly, and then you have a hand on your chest somewhere. Just a couple breaths now. Ujjayi. Chest expands in all directions. Exhale, abdomen drawing in. And at the end, there could be a kind of softening of the ribs. Okay, with that continuing now, we'll let the arms come down. And we'll inhale and raise the arms from the front or the sides if that's better for your back. And then exhale, just the arms down. Belly flows inwards. If you want to, you can lift and lower the heels or keep them down. Inhaling, arms lift. Exhale, technique in the belly. Let's go one more time like that. Beautiful. Now continue same way, inhaling. And then on exhale, entering forward bend, exhaling, bending forward, release, and then let the inhale lengthen and rise back up. And then again like that, exhaling, bending forward. Inhale carries you up. Good, now go one more time into forward bend, exhaling. Good. And check that your head is relaxed and released. Staying for a breath. Stick with Ujjayi if you can. Then rising on the next inhalation. Arms help to lead and lift. Let's exhale just the arms down. Rest a breath or so. Feel where there is strength and where there is, could be weakness or vulnerability in your physical body, and know that we can balance that. We'll go one more time into forward bend, starting the same way. Inhaling, arms lift. Feel the feet into the ground. Exhale, keep the length in your spine as you draw in the belly, bending forward, Uttanasana. Now stay for 2 breaths. Keep the breath elongated, not short little puffs in and out, but long inhale, long exhale, comfortable Ujjayi. Beautiful. And then to rise on the inhale when it takes you. Perfect. Exhale, the arms will descend, your timing, of course. Pause for just a moment. Savor, what's it like being yourself now after bending forward? Okay, we may not be able to change the course of the river, but we can paddle, right? We can steer the boat a bit. So let's come to the back of the mat and turn out the right leg a little bit, 30, 45 degrees. Step the left foot forward. So of those 3 angles that we explored in the beginning, you could choose one of them that feels best for you today. Let's start with the hands at the heart, okay? And as you inhale, bend the front knee, go into Virabhadrasana, warrior. A little pause after the inhale. Exhale, return to the heart as you lengthen your leg. And again, like that, inhaling, expanding the whole system. Whatever angle feels interesting and helpful, we'll pause, exhale, returning. Now, go one more time and stay for 2 breaths. Okay, inhaling, chest, expand. Now stay there, exhale, slightly soften the elbows. Little tiny micro bend. Stay there, inhale, expand, lengthen a bit. And then after 2 breaths, you'll return. Super. Okay, that's good. Let's step back when you finish and we'll prepare for the other side. Turn out left, right foot forward, feel both feet. And again, a couple times dynamically, inhaling. So a moment of hovering at the end of inhale and then exhale. Come back. Good, you know this. From your breath again, like that, in and out. Good. Now the third time, you go in on an inhale, and then we start counting here. So you stay there exhaling, slightly bend the elbows if you want. Stay there inhaling, extend the arms. Stay there exhaling, bending. Stay there inhaling, extending. And then exhale, come back, hands to the heart. Super, good. Release your arms. When ready, step back, pause. I don't think I gave you enough time on the first side to stay 2 breaths, but that's okay. Let's come to the front of the mat. We'll do some forward bending with lunging. If lunging isn't your groove, in your groove box today, then you could spend a couple extra breaths in the forward bends and come back up. Okay? So at the front of your mat, if you're using that, option to have the hands either start down, overlapped at the heart, or namaste gesture, whatever you're drawn to. Before we begin the physical movement, let's again initiate the flow of Ujjayi in and out, which creates this buoyancy inside the body. Pretty strong drawing in without being abrupt. Now inhaling, you're going to expand. Your next inhale, expand. Maybe a little lift of the chest. Whee! Exhale, bending forward. So there's no sense of rushing. Let's stay a breath here. Breath comes in, breath goes out, hands next to the feet. In the pause after exhale, move your right foot back into lunge. Put the knee down if you can. Now inhale, lift the chest, lean the pelvis forward slightly. Exhale, shift the pelvis back a little bit and bow the head. We're going to rock a little bit here. Try that again. Inhale, come forward, chest lifts, pelvis leans forward. Exhale as you draw in the belly, bowing the head. A baby squid action. Now inhale, come about halfway forward so you're not in a full stretch. Toes are tucked under. And when you exhale, push off and step into forward bend. And let's stay a breath here again. And on your inhale, let it bring you up. Take your time. Exhale back, arms down or to the heart or wherever you began. Feel the response of the body and the breath, circulation. And we'll go again, same pattern with lunging on the other side. So when the inhale is ready, again, upward reach, maybe a slight lift of the sternum. Head could tilt up a little bit, not too much. Exhale, belly. Long spine bend forward. At the end, release. Remain there for a Ujjayi breath in and out. In the pause after exhale, shoot the left foot back like a one-legged jump, actually, knee down. And exploring this subtle movement of inhale, coming forward, lift the chest a bit. Exhale as you draw the belly in, bow the heart and the head, shift back a little bit. Pulsing back and forth like that. Good. Now, on the next inhale, come forward, but not to a maximum stretch. And then you could exhale into forward bend, or when your breath takes you. In the forward bend, stay for another inhaling and exhaling. Okay, eventually the inhale will bring you back up. Exhale, hands to the heart or down. All right. How are we doing? Good. Good. So we now turn, if you're using a mat, you could turn to the wide side of your mat. Take a medium to wide stance per your ability to feel supported. I'll just say if Trikonasana triangle can be a little challenging, you could put one foot sort of underneath a chair and put your hand on the seat of the chair. Okay, so let's try this. We're going to turn the right foot in a little bit. Left foot turns out 75 to 90 degrees. That would be the foot you'd have almost a little under the seat of the chair. We're going to let the arms start down. And bring your awareness behind your sternum in front of your spine. Behind your sternum in front of your spine. And from that place, let the inhale begin and expand the arms gradually to rest on the horizon. Exhale, belly flows in, tilt over that left leg, put your hand on your leg or the seat of the chair or wherever you can go and keep open. And then the inhale between the sternum and the spine brings you back up, and exhale, the arms come down. Okay, let's try that again. The art of entering and exiting an asana. Inhaling, flowing into wideness, expansion. Exhaling, going into the action of side bending. Eyes are relaxed, liquid and alert. Inhale, brings you back up. Exhale, arms down. Now we're going to go and stay 2 breaths. If that's too much, just stay 1. You'll be fine, okay? So enter the same way. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, side bend. Now when you exhale, you could look down some. When you inhale, you could look out or up. Exhale, when you look down, shoulders turn in opposition. When you look up, everything turns in the same direction. Good. And then eventually, an inhale will bring you back to standing. Exhale, arms down. Parallel stance. And let's bring the feet underneath the pelvis for a moment. Okay, now you could do the namaste gesture or just arms down. Now let your eyes look about maybe 5 or 10 feet in front of you on the floor. See if they can invite your eyes to be more steady than looking around. A little inner smile, corners of the mouth may lift. Eyes twinkling. Attitude of kindness for whatever's happening. Push your hands, the heels of your hands a little bit together. Okay. When you're ready, let them part and part your feet apart. We'll prepare for the second side. So we're exploring as if you haven't noticed staying a little longer than we often do. If it feels too stressful, just move in and out, or stay 1 breath, or see what works for you. Turn in the left a bit, turn out the right. Try to give this first inhale as much value as all the other movements. So take at least 5 or 6 seconds to expand the arms to the side. Good. And then exhale, side bend. Inhale in the chest brings you back up. Exhale, as the arms go down, feel the earth. Yeah. And then enter again at your own pace, inhaling, expanding in all directions like a standing starfish. Exhale, belly flows in. There's a kind of side bending spiral in the body. What angle in your head, your focus allows you to feel like you're building a little strength, but not too much strain. Inhale, come up. Exhale, the arms go down. Now go the same way, stay 2 breaths, or what's appropriate. Long Ujjayi breath. Actions of exhale technique and inhale technique. Inhale, look out or up. Turn everything in the same direction, chest, shoulders, head. Exhale, when you look down, turn the shoulders in the opposite direction of your head. Good. Eventually, you come back up and arms settle down or in your own timing. Bring the feet underneath you when you're ready. Pause and feel for a moment. So the idea is to, more the idea and then hopefully the experience is that we become more and more the still awareness of all that's spinning around us or even within us. So we're moving to let the body become more and more still, the breath pausing, the mind will follow. Good, friends. So let's come down to hands and knees. I'm going to suggest a starting, we're going to do a little bit of a kneeling Surya Namaskar. So starting place could be one of three. Your feet will be towards the back of your mat. Either kneeling forward bend, aka child's pose, or if it's comfortable, sit on your heels, just kneel sitting, or stand on your knees as a starting place. Okay? So forward bend, sitting, or standing on your knees. Hands can start at the heart if you want. Gazing about 5 feet ahead of you on the floor. Eyes are liquid and soft. Ujjayi breathing in and out. Now as you feel the inhale beginning in you, expand your arms and stand on your knees. Reach into the sky. Now exhale, bend forward, and you can bend the elbows some as you bow, if that reduces strain in your back. Now on the inhale, come to all fours, Chakravakasana, lift of the chest, toes under. Now exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And let's stay a breath here if you're ready. Incoming breath, outgoing breath. And then the inhale will guide the knees back to the floor. 2 pillars of support in the thigh bones, chest lifts. Exhale, bowing into the ground. Inhale, float the arms and opening to stand on the knees. Exhale, hands return to the heart, back to your starting place, whatever position that was. Okay? We'll go again like that. Inhaling, expanding. Exhale, we bow. Inhaling, coming into all fours, arch. Exhale, belly goes in, and you're drawn back and up, downward dog. Stay with Ujjayi if you can. In breath. Outgoing breath. And then we retrace our path. Inhale, knees land, chest lifts. Exhale, kneeling forward bend. And then inhale, raise the arms, stand on the knees. Yes, exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, now could we do it one more time? And we'll add a stay one breath in one more place, which is, actually, you know what I think would be interesting is if we stayed one breath in each of the postures. Okay, if it's too much, then you know the sequence, go at your own pace. So start in whatever position's good for you. And now inhale, you raise the arms, and then stay there. Stay for exhale. Staying for inhaling. Then on your exhale, you'll bend forward, kneeling forward bend. Stay for a breath, stay for inhaling. Staying for exhaling. Now let the inhale carry you up to all fours, back bend. Stay there, exhaling, draw in the belly. Stay there, inhaling, chest receives. When you exhale, initiates downward dog. Beautiful. Stay for inhaling. Staying for exhaling. Let the inhale guide your knees back down and the sternum lifts. Stay there, exhaling. Stay there, inhaling, exhaling, kneeling forward bend. Stay there for inhaling. Stay as you exhale. Upon inhalation, rise to stand on the knees. Stay there, exhaling. Stay there, inhaling refreshes the opening. Finally, exhale, return to the starting place. Bow the focus a little bit. Stay for a breath. Okay, friends, take a moment now, transition if you would, and lie on your back. Let the system absorb that, the good stuff from that for a couple moments. Yes, very good. Take a moment and notice what it's like to be in your body at this point in practice, maybe compared to when we checked in a couple previous times. Let's have the arms be at a low angle. Palms are oriented towards the sky. And let's try now, eyes closed, join the thumbs with the index fingers. Be aware of the points of contact of both fingers at the same, both hands at those places at the same time. Stay for a breath. So we're going to do 4 breaths here, finger contact nyasa, with awareness of the feeling of contact on each side. So after inhale, exhale, then move thumbs to the next fingers and so on. Now after 4 breaths, slide your arms along the floor like you're doing a kind of slow snow angel. And so you find an angle that's higher, maybe a slight feeling of opening, but not uncomfortable. Okay, so could be side or above the height of your shoulders, wherever it is, go with the feeling rather than the look of it. And then do one more round, 4 breaths of the finger contact nyasa, letting your meditation, your focus be on the feeling both sides equally. They may feel different, but give as much attention to one side as the other. Okay, when that has completed itself, you can bring your arms down to rest alongside of your body on the floor. And just for a moment, in your own way, in your own timing, opening to a connection with the sun and the aspect of the sun that gives us strength, physical, emotional. The force that grows plants, which feed the whole ecosystem. And let's now, if your legs are long, would you bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet to stand on the floor? And again, not too close together or not too far apart, where you feel like there's minimal effort required to be in this stance. Start with your hands, palms down next to your pelvis. Now we're going to move the arms and the pelvis and spine in tandem. Let me explain this first. On the inhale, as you raise your pelvis, you're going to sweep your arms through the air overhead, and then exhale, everything comes down. So Ujjayi breathing now, when it's ready, expand the chest, raise the arms and the pelvis to a comfortable height. Doesn't have to be far. Ask, don't tell. Exhale, come down. Let's just do one more like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, now this time, pause a breath in between. Now you're going to feel the arms that we're moving now are going to push a little into the ground. So the arms, the shoulder blades push into the ground. As you inhale, now lift the tail and the pelvis. So leaving the arms down, letting them help a little bit. Exhale down. And like that, in your range, in your timing of breath. After this repetition, pause for a breath or so. And now close your eyes, please, and leave the spine and the pelvis down. Ujjayi breathing, inhale into your chest to a maximum full capacity. Chin slightly down. Hold the breath for a couple of seconds. And then exhale, drawing in the low belly and the navel. Stay for one more breath like that. Inhale, chest expands to maximum comfortable capacity, and pause after inhale for a couple of seconds. Then exhale, draw in the belly towards the spine. Navel back and slightly up. So that's the kind of breathing now I'm going to suggest you do while you stay in the posture for 2 breaths. Okay, so when ready, let the inhale lift the pelvis, rise. Pause after inhale, stay for exhale. Draw in the belly as you stay in the posture. Stay there as you inhale and expand again. Expand to a maximum capacity. Hold the breath after. Stay for exhale if you can in the asana. One more breath in, expanding. Chin slightly down. Pause after inhale, a couple of seconds. And then finally exhale as the belly goes in towards the spine returns to the floor, and rest. Good. Take a moment to just savor. Feel the sensations of flow of blood and prana. Nourishing, building strength. Purne namaha. Let's now bring the knees to the chest in a couple of sweet apanasana, hands over the knees. No twisting after the back bend, though, generally recommended. Be careful. Yeah, do the knees to chest first before we twist. That's general principle. So exhale, bring the knees towards your chest. Inhale, knees away. So often the desire to twist after a back bend means there was some shortening in the back. Before you twist in asymmetry, you want to lengthen both sides of the back. That's why we're doing this. So not to reprimand, but just to help you understand. Exhale, knees towards the chest. Inhale, floats them away. Lovely. Okay, now could we keep the exhale the same, apanasana, and as you inhale, now raise your arms on the floor and the feet to the sky. Reach to the sky. Good. Exhale, bend your knees and your thighs towards your body. Good. Long, beautiful, flowing breath. Couple more times. After inhale, linger there a moment. Exhale comes. After exhale, linger there a moment. And again, you continue. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Now, could you go one more time and stay for 2 breaths, eyes closed? Ujjayi breathing, pausing slightly after each phase of breath. Face is relaxed. So when that finishes, rest and receive a moment. Feel the circulation in your legs, your arms, your whole system. So these dynamic movements where we go in and out, right, are especially good for circulation, right? Circulation of blood, prana, bringing life to the distal worlds of our nervous system. Can we do a little twisting now on our back? Bring your arms out to the side, shoulder height, give or take. Bend the knees, stand the feet. I'm gonna, you're in your body, so you know what feels stable and comfortable. But what I'd like us to try today is just the tilting knees and going in like a third, 2/3, and then all the way, just to see what's the best range. So feel the inhale come in, and when you exhale, tilt your knees about a third of the way of your potential range. And then inhale, float back to center. Yeah, something like that. And then to the other side, the same idea. Exhale, And you could turn your head in opposition if you want, or if you want to be more quiet, your head might just stay in the center. And inhale back. The next set go about 2/3 or 3/4. No, you could go farther, but don't let it all go at the end. Good. Practicing a little bit of modulation is good for us. Okay, now you may or may not go to your full range. Go to where there's no strain and stay for 2 or 3 breaths. Eyes can close. Face is continuing to empty and relax. All is well, resting in the twisting action. Let the cells in your body really release. Rest as you exhale. Okay, friends, maybe you've come out already or you're going to take a little longer, but eventually you come back to center. And then you could go to the other side, staying approximately the same amount of time, generally speaking. Go to where there's a sense of resting, not striving now. We're not trying to push boundaries. Dissolve like sugar in water. Eventually you come back to center and pause and arrange your arms and legs, either bent or extended, and rest a moment in simplicity and let the vast intelligence of your system receive and integrate that for a couple moments. Exploring the strength of yielding. Beautiful friends. So when you're ready, you could bring your knees to your chest, and a couple options. You could do the Apanasana to and fro a couple times. Once you do that, just exhale towards, inhale away, just real easily, freely, hands on the knees. And then if it's comfortable, you could stay there. You could even wrap your arms around your legs and interlace your fingers, or continue with the rocking action in tandem with the breath. So kind of like a on your back fetal posture for a couple moments. Rather than looking up towards the brain and thinking, let the eyes kind of softly migrate or gaze back towards its origin, eyes in the brain, towards the heart. From the brain unfurls out of the heart embryologically. Just rest with a gaze softly oriented towards the heart for another breath or two. Okay, so when you're ready, you could release that. And let's come to sitting. And I'm going to encourage you to sit where there's truly a sense, as best as is available, of verticality of the spine and a sense of ease and stability. So it might be on the floor, sitting on a cushion, cross-legged. Could be sitting in a chair. Good to mix it up now and then. And could we take our hand now to the occiput? So this is basically the bone in the back of your head, sort of the base bone. Ah, and then take different. Let's take the thumb to the navel, so your hand is on your low belly. And now the hand that's on the back of your head, the tendency is for it to drop down and the chin to go up, right? So you want to let there be almost like you're pumping a little bit of helium into that bone, and it floats up. So the face sort of rains softly down towards the sternum and the heart. Okay? Leave the eyes closed, and then you can rest your hands in your lap or on each leg. Pause for a couple breaths. When ready, begin the stream of ujjayi in and out. So there's something tangible we can feel in the throat to absorb our attention. If it's quiet in your surroundings, you'll hear this sort of flowing oceanic sound. Okay, and then letting the pause after inhale develop naturally. It may be slight or extended within a range of comfort, opening to the pause after inhale, which energizes and builds strength. Now, after the pause after inhale, when that completes, leave the chest expanded and draw the belly in first. Belly, low belly, navel, upper belly, and then the chest relaxes at the end of inhale. A couple more breaths like that. Now continue and explore also the pause after exhale. Linger for a moment after exhale is completed with the belly drawn in. Could be very brief or extended per your comfort. Pausing after exhale and inhale. One more breath cycle like this. Then rest that pattern for a moment. Sit, feel, and be for a moment. And in your own way, in your own timing, connecting to the aspect of the sun or the force that created the sun that is strong, and how we can absorb or gain strength from the sun. And using this pattern of breathing that we've established now, we link to this source. And as you inhale, drawing in strength, receiving strength into the chest. In the pause, be with it. And then when you exhale, it circulates through every aspect of your being, physical and beyond. In the pause after exhale, feel it become part of you. So inhaling, drawing in strength from the sun. Pause and be with it. When you exhale, spreading. And then absorbing. Continue like this for a few moments. Letting this cycle complete. Then releasing that intention of that particular pattern of breathing and set the breath free. Just rest in the feeling for a moment. Now please listen, and then we'll repeat if you'd like. Om Purshne Namaha. Om Purshne Namaha. Om Purshne Namaha. Om Purshne Namaha. One more time. Om Purshne Namaha. If you haven't already, you could gradually open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much. So, friends, we connect to our strengths. There is class on Saturday if you need support. Let's stay in touch during these next couple weeks. Sending much care to you all. Keep practicing. Do a little practice if you can. Little pieces go a long way. I know you know that. I'm going to unmute people, but you can just dash out if you want. Bye.
Thank you, Kevin.
Kevin, thank you. I love the slowness. It was nice.
Yeah, some time, right? Good to see you, Ruth.
Yeah, it's nice to see the slowness was really, really helpful. It was really, take care this week. Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
I love the chant. That's really interesting, and it was really fun to verbalize.
Yeah, those weird sounds, right?
Uh-huh.
Or, you know,
Yeah.
I find it fun. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
There's something about the sounds. It's interesting, it's kind of soft to me, but it's interesting that it means some sort of strength and nourishment. So
Yeah. Beautiful. Very nourishing. Thank you so much.
thanks, Al.
Bye.